different shot. Of course, it's an entirely different shot when I fire up YouTube. I don't know what the hell. All right. You get everything set up. You check your mic. You do all this other stuff. Your camera set up. Looks good. Great. You know, there's no other crap in the way. So you clean a bunch of stuff out of the shop. And you fire up and you go live. And all of a sudden it's zoomed way out. The angle's not right. What the hell? Anyway. So we've got our door poppers. Well, I wanted to give you guys a little preview for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I don't know how much talking I'll be doing or explaining. I'll probably start off with it, but then it's going to be all kind of loud noises. I'm going to set the mic to the side and do all the dirty work. But we have prepped. We have gone to the, as ABE calls it, the homeless death spot. Although, actually, my Home Depot is actually pretty nice here. And I got a fire extinguisher. Have you ever seen these before? Have you guys seen that? It's a flame out. This is apparently like perfect for kitchens and you know, small bathrooms. It looks like whipped cream, right? Put it in your coffee or whatever you do with whipped cream. And so I saw one of these. These were I think it was like $10. And I mean, if you have a tiny fire, something, you know, quick in the kitchen, this is probably a good score. So we're going to keep that one like super handy in the toolbox, just in case we have some kind of electrical issue. And then these were so hard to find because the Dremel stuff at any Home Depot is always like completely, it's just a huge mess. You know, guys pick stuff up and then they put it back on the rack in just some random spot. So when you're trying to find like the actual part number that you need, it's always like a big treasure hunt. So we're going to be using these tomorrow. Whoops, sorry, the camera's over there. The computer's here, camera's there. These are the Dremel thin cut, and these are 5-pack. You don't want to know how expensive they are. They're very expensive. And we're going to be doing a fuel sending unit, access door, access panel in the trunk. So that's what this is for. That's what the little fire extinguisher is for. I'm just kidding. I actually have 2 huge fire extinguishers. So as much as everyone loves to see the, you know, destruction and shit on fire and, you know, I wonder what's going to happen if I remote control fly my helicopter inside a pole barn. Dude, I don't need to watch your video. I will tell you right now exactly in gruesome detail what's going to happen when you fly a helicopter inside of a pole barn. I don't need to click on that link. I can write you a 10-page essay on exactly what's going to happen. Anyway, some people seem to like that stuff, so we'll roll the dice, but we'll be a little bit prepared. Also, if for some reason the car does catch on fire, garage door gets popped up, it gets pushed down the driveway, and it can burn. I'll get the insurance money, right? So I can at least get it the hell out of here and not burn my house down. So that will be tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. We'll probably do it in the afternoon just because I want to have daylight and all of that other stuff. So, and my neighbor will be home. So if something weird does happen, like if I catch on fire and can't get to the fire extinguisher, whatever. So we'll be cutting the access panel tomorrow so that we can get that fuel sending unit and get access to it and test it out and see what the hell's going on. So I'm going to put these away because we need those for tomorrow. And our Dremel is currently charging. So the other fun one, just from like 10 minutes ago, I have the other garage door open, just getting air through here. Cricket, holy crap. This thing is huge. You could probably saddle him. I mean, he's a huge cricket. He's making so much noise. But crickets are really funny. When you get close to them, they can see you or sense you or whatever. They shut the hell up. So this guy was screaming for the last 15 minutes, just yelling out to all the girl crickets. And then I walk outside and he gets super quiet. So it's a good cure for cricket noise, trying to get rid of that. So tonight we'll do the our new what I put everything in here, I think. So we have our door popper system that we repainted and checked out, and this guy does work, and he does momentary and he does latching, and so that's good. Latching, also known as toggle. This guy again is going to be our backup, and I got a new system. I'm just going to set him over here because we're technically not using him. He's going to go in a Ziploc and he'll go together. So I got this guy, and this guy is a 2-channel. He's RF, so he has remotes, but he also has Wi-Fi. He also has an app that goes with him. And I went through, I know this is weird, but I actually read the instructions, and there was no option for momentary. So momentary is when you hit the switch, you just hit the button once and it goes click, click. It's like 1 second that you have the relay closed. And it didn't say anything about that in the instructions. So I went on Amazon. I sent a note to the manufacturer, hey, is there a momentary option on this? Or do I just return this because I got to have momentary? What it does have is it has a toggle. It has a latching option where if I hit the remote button once, it goes click and it'll leave the solenoid open until either the solenoid burns up, the battery dies, or I hit the button again and it closes the relay. Sorry, opens the relay. But it didn't say anything about momentary. So I asked them. They emailed me back this evening saying, hey, there is an option, but you have to do it through the app. The app programs the main unit. And I was like, okay, that's fair. We'll give it a try. So what you do with this is these are also great for linear actuators. And linear actuator is what we have for the license plate, where it drops the license plate down. That's an actuator. It's actually a linear actuator. There's a bunch of different kinds of actuators, but that's a linear. So it has a feature on here for linear actuators called inching. And what you can do is you can go in to the app, set the inching, set the control unit to inching, and set the timer to 1 second. And that will give you the click, click. It'll be a momentary. It'll be on inching, but technically it'll just be for 1 second. So that's what they said to do. So that's what we're going to try. And this unit I really like. I only opened it to get to the instructions. So we have our 2 key fobs, and thankfully they are A and B. Even though I wish they didn't have any letters on them, but so we have our 2 key fobs, and it looks like they already have batteries in them. So we'll find out about that. Set those to the side. Here is our unit. And let's take a look at a couple of things here. First off, nice mounting tabs. Thank you. Antenna at the bottom, protected. It'd be okay at the top, but I like it protected at the bottom because if you have stuff on top, it usually gets bonked. The ports for the wires are actually correct on both power side and unit side, motor side, I guess. You have 2 buttons on the front for doing different programming options. And this also has, if you look inside there, it has USB 3.0. So you can run it off of USB 3.0. You can also control stuff with the USB. Or sorry, USB-C, whatever they want to call it now. So that's a very, very cool part. And there's no cover to take off. You have access to the screws on top, the clamping screws. Now I'll show you what I mean about not having access. So in our backup unit, when we have the cover on, the wires have to come out at an angle. Same thing over here. You can see the, which lead is that? That is the positive lead, but the negative is covered. And then same thing, whoa, same thing on this side. The notch that they cut out covers, the cover actually covers most of the leads. So this isn't really great. I mean, yeah, you can take a Dremel and trim this out, but I mean, come on. You got to try. And again, I can't be too pissed off for 16 bucks or whatever it was. I can't be too pissed. So the other stuff that's in here is, this is the box. We have warnings. Please read manual, connect wires, don't electrocute yourself. Slightly stretch the antenna. Okay. And this is in a ton of different languages. Okay, so there's the warning sheet, and then they have the product manual, which, oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, this is in a ton of languages too. Polish, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean. Wow. Okay. There's a bunch of different wiring diagrams in here. So depending on what you're trying to wire up and how you're doing power, this is basically us right here, DC 7 through 48 volts. It'll take a lot of volts here. So yeah, this is basically the one we're going to do. 1 through 250 volts. This thing will take some juice. Very low amperage. All right, there's the QR code for the app, and then pair it with the remote, delete, and then the troubleshooting. And this is where I was going through when I was looking here, and it said, oh, it'll toggle. And I'm like, I don't want it to toggle. There's all your main components. First channel, second channel, your Wi-Fi indicator, your RF indicator. Now again, this thing is going to have a little blue LED that is constantly running. That's going to slowly drain the battery, and that's going to be one of those things that we have to figure out how to live with, or figure out a disconnect, something like that. We can have a power cutoff, somewhere in the car. That way, when the car's parked, it doesn't continually drain the battery. Now, it's a very, very, very low draw, but it's going to be enough to piss you off the first time you go to click something or whatever, and you don't have any juice. So, first thing we should do is test the unit, and then I'll get the app on my phone. Nope, this is, oh, my phone's right there. I'll get the app on my phone, and we'll make the adjustments allegedly. But yeah, this is Dees RC is where I got it, and it's on Amazon. It's $22. It's RF and Wi-Fi. Just look up RF Wi-Fi. Again, they don't pay me anything. I didn't get this for free. So I'll just set this to the side and throw away our garbage. Hopefully this one works. Like I said, the other one works okay, but Wi-Fi would be kind of slick to have, right? So move my stool out of the way. And what? Did I leave it in here? I did leave it in here. Can't believe I left it in here this entire time. All right. I'm also going to grab a light so you guys can see what the hell we're doing in the trunk. Look at that. These guys are fully charged. It's amazing when you put them on the charger and they fully charge. That's crazy talk, right? So yeah, let me bring you guys over here, and gals, and whoever else. Whoa, come back here. This is like that, sorry, cable's got to come over on this side. in the hospital when they have the IV. They're walking around with the IV. I have this big stick. All right, come on, laptop. And the laptop rolls, but the other camera here does not. So try and do this kind of cool. Again, we're trying out the new camera. So see how this works, if he'll stay put or if he will just fall. And I think if I do this, you guys will have to let me know if it looks okay, if you can see everything okay. I think if I do this right, I can zoom in. Let me grab that. Can I zoom in again? Oh, I can. Okay. So we'll leave that there for now. Hopefully this light is enough for you guys. All I have is my screwdrivers. I have my test leads, and I have everything hooked up from the testing before. I have my Noco battery, my NLP30, that is about 85% charged. He's in good shape. I also have the other battery. This one is for air compressor, a bunch of other stuff. We're just using this as a temporary battery, and he's fully charged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the leads on, and we'll test this in its current mode, like how it comes from the factory. And then we'll get the app and we'll change it. So let's start with power. So VIN, they're saying VIN right here. I guess that means power or positive. And oh, these are already turned out. Oh, nice. Okay. So where's our power? We'll use this guy again. He worked good last time. I think he'll work good again this time. If I had any kind of coordination. The other thing is I'm resting my arm on this. You guys can't see this rail. It's like resting your arm on a razor blade. Okay, not a razor blade, but a very sharp edge. Even with the pad over it, it is very, very, very sharp. If I pull the pad away, can you see the edge? Yeah, you can see it right here. It's two pieces of sheet metal that are together, and it's really sharp, even with this over it. So, yeah, it sucks. They took all the weather stripping out of this car, like all the stuff for the trunk edge. Oh, this wire got kind of jacked up here. Let's check the other end. Yeah, this end's a lot better. Okay. So here's our ground. And when we attach this to the PDC that you guys have seen in the other videos, this will actually look really nice. We'll have some clean wiring. And the other cool part is we can use some of the wire from the old unit. So now these relays need power. So yeah, I believe it goes to normally open mode. Yeah, because it closes it. So okay. And our other guy. It's kind of odd that channel 1's at the bottom and channel 2's at the top, but if it works correctly, we like it. Come on. Got one stray strand. It kills everything. There we go. That's why it's always a good idea to tin these connectors, and that's how we'll do it when it is time for when it gets mounted to the PDC. And okay, they'll be super clean, super clean. Like this end, these will get soldered and then trimmed, and they'll only be about 1/8 of an inch, a little bit more. It's all we need for the contacts in here. So where's my common, which is going to go here. Actually, it's not common, it's component. So it's not like household wiring. Although it's really funny, this can actually run AC as well. You guys want a fun fact for tonight? All of the power that's transmitted through high power lines that goes to your house and businesses and all, comes from the power plant, coal, nuclear, solar, wherever, hydroelectric, all of that is DC. It is massive amounts of DC. Then it comes down because DC transfers really well. So it comes down the power lines, and then it comes to the power pole or the box, the big green box in your neighborhood or out by your house. And you have what's called a transformer. And that transforms it from DC to AC. And then they send AC into your house. But AC doesn't start until the transformer. So if you guys can see this, and try and get some better light up here. So there we go. Normally open and component, normally open and component, red, green, red, green. So red's going to go to power up here, and our black is going to go to ground straight onto the battery. And these guys are going to go to our poppers. That's how it's going to work. Okay. So I hope that's how it's going to work. So I'm going to grab a black for our ground and run him up to ground. As you can see, this is negative and this is positive. So we have these two guys and this guy that have to go to 12 volts. And this is so slippery. Even when I'm not sweating, it's really slippery. So there's all our positives together. And we have one door controller here and another door controller here. So let's grab, this is our one that just came apart. This is our driver's side, which will be number 1. And then this is our passenger side, which will be number 2. I'm guessing that they have 1 and 2 here, but on the remotes, they have A and B. So we'll have to go with that. Let's test to make sure we're not going to do any welding. Okay, no welding. So get this hooked up. Oh, come on. Oh my God. This thing just slips like right out of your hand. You think you have a really good grip on it, and then the silicone is like, no, you don't. Oh, I have a blue light in here. I don't know if you guys can see the blue light. Let me zoom in a little. It's actually a flashing blue. All right. You see the flashing blue light? There we go. All right. So let me do this. There we go. Let's try our remotes, see if they're already paired. And you guys will be able to hear this. I'm pretty sure it's just going to toggle. So it's going to turn on the solenoid and open the door, but it's not going to release the solenoid. That's my guess. So let's see. Yeah. And then I have to hit it again to release it. So B, yep, it does the same thing. So can you guys hear that? Hopefully you can hear that okay. Oh, hey, Liz. So when I hit it, it's actually closing, I should say it's closing the solenoid, which is opening the door, but it's holding there. It's staying there until I hit the button again. Now it's holding the door open. I hit the button again, it releases. So this is what's called latching or toggle. And that's not going to work for this setup. So I'm like, all right, well, let's see. And so I emailed those people. And now we get to do the app. And I'm guessing that's why. Is that a bug? Can you guys hear that cricket again? All right, I'm going to go scare this cricket. Not scare him, motivate him to go elsewhere. Yeah, come on, buddy. Get the whole state of Florida. It's all yours. Oh, I found out who hit something. God, those beetles, they're like little rocks. All right. Okay. Sorry, cricket noises. And he's back. He's already doing it again. Damn it. Yeah, you can hear the pop clearly. Okay, good. Can you hear the cricket clearly? Yeah. Oh, and if you guys look, there's my first attempt at drawing out the latch or the trapdoor for the fuel sending unit. So let me grab my phone and we'll do the app. I'll move you guys because this isn't, I don't know. This isn't going to be much fun. So I'll move you guys and we'll do this kind of together. So we'll keep it close to the car though. How's that? I just have to keep the laptop from falling over and zoom out a little. Okay. So now I come over here with you guys. Whoa. All right. Change the angle a little bit here. Is that better? That looks like it works okay. It's still not great. And Jesus, what is happening with my hair? All right. So where'd our instructions go? They're back in the box. Where'd the box go? Oh, it's right here. I swear, you guys, I would lose my head if it wasn't attached. Probably both arms too. So I'm using Apple stuff. If you have Android, I'm going to guess it's pretty much the same thing. They say that it's in the App Store and Google Play. So we'll open up our phone and go to the camera. And of course, the pages are going to close on me. So we'll try and get this to work. And it does, sort of. And it comes up with, oh boy. This camera has a big stopping problem. It doesn't stop down very well. So, like, my screen's not that bright, but it is a real difficult time with it. All right. And it doesn't help holding it further away. So, we go download. It's going to take me to the App Store. Looks like that. And get. So we're following all the manufacturers and, instructions on how to do this. And it is currently downloading. It's going to take 2 minutes, 1:31, 8, 47 seconds, 30. All right, it's going pretty quick. Oh, Kev, how'd you break your neck? Well, I was rolling around on the stool in my shop. And my big ass flipper feet caught on the wheels of my rolly stool. And I fell over and snapped my neck. All right. Now it says 12 seconds, 11. It's still going. Now I have the picture that the company sent me. They sent me kind of a step-by-step. Unfortunately, it's all in Chinese. So we are done with the App Store. We are done with Safari. We are done with the camera. There's our new app. He's loading up. Would like to send you notifications. No, thanks. Critical alerts. Not right now. Got to log in and sign up. I can't just register the device. All right. Where am I registering? United States of America. What's my email address? What one should I use? Jared@subway.com. No, that's not a good one. All right. Whoa. Tries to help me. I agree. Oh, I'm going to get a verification code. So I'm guessing it's coming in the email because they don't have my name. And there's my verification code. There we go. And we'll set our password 1234. All right. Whoops. How come I always typo the password, right? Come on. Okay. To provide you with better services, we request the following permissions: service maintenance, improve activity, allow us to collect data, go to the app. All right, so I am at the app. God, why can't, all right, maybe, whoa, no, come back here. If I come back, if I lower, does that help at all? This camera has a very tough time stopping down. And now it's like so dark, I can't even read it. It's almost all the way down. Okay, so, whoops, come back here. Let's go to, no microphone. The voice feature, I don't know. No, stop. Stop. Wait. What did it automatically turn on? Hang on. Where the hell is it? Live activities? Oh, that's for timer? Yeah, shit, I don't really care. Cellular data, that's fine. Okay. So we want to add a device. Location, local network, Bluetooth. More than 50 Bluetooth devices found. Not bad. At least their Bluetooth shit works. That's fine. All home devices. Yeah. You can find the network. That's fine. Okay. So power switch. They offer all of these options in here of all these different devices. Switch module, breaker, other, adapter, garage door opener, mosquito repellent heater, and water pump and backpack. So scene switch, scenario switch. I don't know what that is. Curtain switch, dimmer switch, switch other, socket. Okay. Oh, do we have to put the device? Oh yeah, we got to put the device in pairing mode. Your phone is connected. Press and hold the pairing button on the Wi-Fi about 10 seconds until the blue indicator LED is flashing, which means the device is in the network. Okay. So neither one of these says pairing. Which one is the pairing? They did tell us, right? Okay, the pairing button is number 2. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's on. Oh, there you go. The device showed up, but it is in full Chinese. I know you guys can't see that. Sorry, it did show up. Oh, it wants the password for my Wi-Fi? Okay. Yeah. This should be using Bluetooth, but all right. By the way, oh, wait, who else is here? Do it, you won't regret it. Who else is here? Can see the app when you tilted the phone down. Hey, temp user. Hey, temp user. That's awesome. Hey, Denise. Temp user 97 special edition this past weekend. That's kick ass. Hey, temp user, I can't see your name or anything, so I don't know your name if I know you from Facebook or Instagram or wherever. But congratulations, man. That's an awesome score. You're going to have so much fun with it. Even if it needs a little bit of work, it's cool. Temp user is your YouTube username on purpose. Holy crap. Are you kidding, Pete? You're killing me. You're killing me. I'm glad you got a Miata, man. That's awesome. Now I can't find Wi-Fi. Okay. So let's go back. We're going to try and add a device again. Oh, my God. Come here. Oh, sorry. Okay, now it's slowly adding a device. Dude, Pete, that kills me, man. I didn't know that. Because everyone else, if someone's just popping on the channel really quick to say hi without having a YouTube account or a Gmail account or whatever, it'll come up as temp user. So that's why I'm like, hey, temp user. But also, you have all my other stuff. You could have sent me something. Okay, it can't find the Wi-Fi. So, wow. Let's try it one more time. Okay, I'm back in. Oh, do you know why? Okay, hang on. We have to go to a different Wi-Fi because this is only 2.4. These devices like to run on the stability of 2.4 instead of 5 gigahertz. So that's why it's, and I have a 5 gigahertz and a 2.4 Wi-Fi. So the mobile phone is not connected to Wi-Fi. Okay. I have a very long password. One device being added. It found the Wi-Fi now. Yeah, Pete, if you wanted to remain anonymous, you could have just sent me a message over. Hey, my username on YouTube is temp user. So, all right, device is added successfully. The problem is it's not really going to work all that well. Long press to edit switch name. Okay, so switch 1 is going to be driver door. And this is funny. To answer the question, I wish you guys could see it. It says sure instead of okay. And this will be passenger door. Yeah, of course. On the other one, it deletes everything, but on this one, and yeah, so you hit sure instead of okay. That's very funny. Okay, now we go to settings. Restart status. On. Okay, we can close that. No? Can't okay, we can't close that. So we come up here. Tap and run, check. Nope. God, everything is in brutal Chinese. All right, so cancel that. Cancel. All right, hang on a sec. I gotta go get the image that these guys gave me. Okay, so I go to all devices. Oh, it's under schedule. Okay. Settings timer. There, it's under schedule. And then you go to inching up at the top. And can I change it? The minimum I can do is 2 seconds. So that's the, God, this sucks. I wish this camera stopped down better, but it doesn't. So the minimum you can do with inching is 2 seconds. So that's what we're going to do. And there's no other option. So close. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So I accidentally made it work. So I just hit the button for driver door and it works. Passenger door we haven't set up yet. So go here. No, go back. We want to go to timer. We want to go to passenger door. We want to go to inching. We want to go turn it on, and we go to 2 seconds. Close that out. Come back to it. Now the passenger door should go for 2 seconds. If it doesn't go for 2 seconds, I got to hop in the trunk and yank the yank the power off. Okay. Oh, wait. 1,000, 2, 1,000. All right. For some reason, it's longer than the driver door. All right. Let's go back to timer, passenger door, inching. Okay, so maybe that's how that goes. Okay, so we got to go back. All right, and then this crazy little helper here. Turn off helper. Okay, schedule inching. Turn on inching. I think the 2 seconds is different between what you and I count as 2 seconds and what the app is counting as 2 seconds. So we're done there. Can you tell the difference? 1,000, 2. Okay, so that's basically 1.5 seconds. 1,000, 2, 1,000. So the passenger door one is what? They're literally exact same settings. God, I love Chinese shit. This makes me laugh. All right. I'll just check the driver door settings. It's literally inching is on. It's set to 2 seconds. Passenger door inching is on. It's set to 2 seconds. I can set it to random too, which would be kind of funny. Okay. So this is what we get. So now we're set to inching on here. The question is, does it do the same with the remotes? It does. Now that is cool. Cool. We have success for $22. Not bad. Yeah. 2 different versions of 2 seconds. So the wiring is exactly the same on both. Now, here's the other thing. We're currently working off Wi-Fi. So if we change this, and if I turn off Wi-Fi, I'm going to need to go to Bluetooth, and it shows TY is already connected. So I have Wi-Fi turned off. That is so funny. The difference in time is hysterical. God, that makes me laugh. That makes me laugh. That's so funny. I will definitely let them know that it works great, but the time difference between 2 seconds on both of them, it's not 2 seconds. So let's, we'll double check everything. We're going to close everything out. We're going to come back here. Receive push notifications. No. And there's no way. Oh, there it is. Close it. Okay. So come up here to this guy. We still have Wi-Fi off. We're at the event, whatever. And all right. So we'll close this out again. We'll do another test. And we're going to pull power. Let that little guy power down. And then we'll power him back up. You know what the other option would be for this is to do him off of switched, because that's actually not going to work, because sometimes the car's not going to be on. I need it. Yeah. It's okay. I thought it would work with switched, but it's not. So come back to the app. It has this little helper kitty in the corner. I'm like, not necessary. So we powered that off. It is still programmed. Sorry. That's going to make me crack up every time, because I have it set for 2 seconds and it's it's way more than 2 seconds. So we have a winner with this system, and we're gonna use this. Again, we have the backup system, so I'm not too concerned about bailing out. You can do it as momentary, although as we've learned, 2 seconds is different in Florida than it is in China. So the app does have a ton of Chinese. You have to sort of figure your way around that. Hopefully they update that and get it a little more modernized. Highly doubtful, but once you get it figured out and go through, schedule and timer it's timer, and then go to the top corner to inching, and then set it to, in the pictures they sent me, you could go to 1 second, but in the app right now, it only says you can go to 2 seconds. So 1 second would be fine too. That's all the door needs, just to chink and come back in. So we have a nice solid winner, and the remotes work. They work well too. So do you guys want to see it work? The doors have already popped, obviously, but I can spin you over, and you can see at least see the passenger side door. So I'll try and zoom down there. I wanted to ask what suspension you recommend for the Miata. No track, mainly backroads, canyon drives. For Miata, OEM uppers, OEM lowers, take them apart, get them powder coated, get them painted, whatever. New bushings, go with energy suspension, or who's the other one? Prothane, same company. One's red, one's black. So energy suspension or Prothane for the bushings, OEM uppers, OEM lowers. Extended ball joints is the trick. You can negative camber the holy crap out of it with the extended ball joints. For suspension, tons of stuff out there. BC, Max speeding rods, TN, all this other stuff. I went with the kit from Flying Miata. If you remind me, I can send you. They have 3 different kits. They have hardcore track. They have track street. They have comfort street, or hard street, and then comfort street. The track only one only has 4 settings for the coilovers. The Street Track has 15 settings. I think it's 15 up and 15 down, 30 in total. Or it might be 10 up, 10 down, 20. Doesn't matter. It's far more adjustable. And unless you're in spec Miata, you probably want that. If you're going to be driving on the roads and going to the Dragon and doing fun stuff like that, and cruising on the streets with potholes and maintenance and all that, you probably want the super adjustable ones. I have them on this Miata. They're fantastic. It's such an upgrade from OEM springs and shocks. OEM upper control arms, OEM lower control arms. Get them powder coated, take them apart, get them powder coated. Prothane or energy suspension bushings. And extended lower ball joints is the trick for getting the alignment that you want. I don't remember who did the alignment bolts, the concentric bolts. That also might be Flying Miata. But Flying Miata has the suspension stuff that you want. Shoot me a message. I'll get you links to all this stuff. But they're all the good stuff. And they have it for NA, NB. They have some stuff for NC. They got a lot of stuff for ND too. So that's a good score. Please tell me you got a hard top with it. For those that don't know, Miata hardtops are the most expensive part of the car. So you can buy a Miata for $3,000. You can buy a Miata hardtop, used, chipped paint, missing, latches, $2,000. So just for the hardtop. If you get one that's nicely painted, has the latches, non-broken window, you're looking at $2,500 to $3,000. So Miata hardtops are very, very expensive. See that thing right there? Right there? That's very expensive. I got it stupid cheap because a bunch of the fiberglass was broken on that top edge right there, or actually the bottom edge. And I hate bodywork. Oh, bodywork is my least favorite thing in the world. And I had to do a whole section of that in the back. And I had to get it to match. And it was just awful. But having a hardtop on a Miata, anywhere that you have potential of snow, frozen liquid falling from the sky, you want to have that. Oh. Yeah, Liz, because you were looking for Miatas too. So you can get a Miata for $3,000. Get a hardtop. The hardtop's the other OEM hardtop from Mazda is $2,500. Non-heated glass. It does have the latches. It does have all the weather stripping, but yeah, and that's unpainted. $2,500. It's probably another $500, $800 to paint it. And then mine, I have a headliner. I went to Joann Fabrics, and I found this cool kind of black and gloss. I don't want to say paisley, but it's a cool design, and it acts kind of like insulation. But I got a huge sheet of it, a single piece, Super 77 glue all over the inside. And, I took the latches off and stuff like that. I took the glass out and laid this down, and it covers the whole inside. It looks really cool. And in Ohio, it helped insulate a little better. But Joann Fabrics has big sheets. They're 4 feet wide, 5 feet wide, that you can do the whole inside in one single piece. And that's what I did with that hardtop. So let's check this out. All right, so I'm going to come down here. I'll show you guys where it's going to pop out. So here's the door. It should pop out right here. If I hit the B button, it'll take, you can see how long it goes from the pop to the close, from the open to the close. It should be half of that, but it works. So if we do it again. All right. Cool. So works well. The other controller that I was looking at, if I was going to do a replacement to that other controller that came with the car, looking at about $200 to $250. versus this guy, which actually has a Wi-Fi app and works Bluetooth, works Wi-Fi. He's a winner at $22. But also, you can use it for different stuff. You don't have to use it for door poppers. You can use it for trunk latches. You can use it to, you know, I don't know, unlock, you know, rear seat, cargo areas, whatever. You can use it for a whole bunch of different stuff. And that's where relays like this and RF controlled relays like this are, you know, they're a lot of fun because you can remotely, you know, open a door, or open a trunk or whatever. You can also use it for like hood pops, you know, oh, blink, and first stage of the hood pop. You can use it for a whole bunch of different stuff. And the nice part is you run a bunch of different ones. Yeah, they have those in single. So they have single relay, double relay, and then I believe they have a 4 relay. So they're cheap. They're $22. If this one burns out, you know, I'll go get another one. You know, I might just order another one just to have it. They're cheap enough to have spares. And with the way this car fights me, I need spares. Absolutely need spares. So that's about it for tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight, and I'm glad I could do all this with you, and you can see front to back, like opening the box to it actually working and us laughing about how long 2 seconds is. Now you guys know, you know, kind of how simple it is to wire these things up, and if you want to, you know, use them wherever you want, you know, like tonneau cover lock on a bed. You can also use them for the handle locks on the bed of your truck. OEMs have them now built in, but if you have an older truck, you can use a single one and just go click, and that way your bed locks and unlocks. So there's a lot of different things you can do with them. For this particular setup, we're using 12 volts, 13.3 actually, and then very, very low amp. It's a very, very easy setup, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. So again, don't be afraid of electronics like you saw me do. Just tab, see if you're going to weld. All right, we're not going to weld. Let's try out and see what the hell we're going to do. That's, you know, that's a simple way to do it. If you tap it and you see sparks, then you're welding, and that's something totally different. You don't want to do that, so you go back and check your wiring. But again, this wiring is very simple. We have a normally open, and then we have a component, and that's it. So when you click the button, it makes the component work. It sends 12. It actually grounds it doesn't matter. Up there is different. How the solenoid works is different than how the relay works. So you have to kind of flip it backwards. But the other good part is it's a lot smaller than the big unit that I had on there with all the other wires, which I think I still have it. Who's here? Yep. So this was our old unit. You guys remember this? With and like I said, we had 12 channels on this versus 2 channels on the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this sheathing off, and we'll save it maybe for other projects. But we're also going to save all this nicely colored. See, we can take this off right now. Look at that. Beautiful. We're going to save all this nicely colored wire as test wire. This is all 20 gauge. And we can use it for test wire, whatever. Oh, my guys are caught in here. You got to open them up. And well, I did those connectors after I snuck the wires through. So I don't know if the connectors are going to fit through. Anyway, so we're going to reuse this stuff. We use it for different projects down the road. It's nice to have multicolored wire instead of having, you know, in 10 years, I'll probably use all this. So what do we got here? I can't take the red, but I can take the pink. And can't take the red. That's the antenna. Or I can't take one red. What's the other red I can take? Oh, this is red with white stripe. All right, so, yep. It'll take me a long time to use this for other projects, but in the meantime, I can use it for test wires, whatever. It's cheap, simple, and I already own it. It's unfortunate that this guy doesn't work anymore, but we got a pretty cool system, and now we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth remote capabilities, which this one didn't have, the $250 guy. So there we go. That's it for tonight. Thanks everyone for hanging out and tolerating all the camera moves and everything else. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, definitely put them down there. And everyone say congratulations to Temp User for his Miata purchase. Got a nice NA there, and he's going to have a ton of fun with that. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, probably in the afternoon. I'm going to cut out that hatch for the fuel level sender, and like I said, maybe it turns into a gigantic fire that I got to roll the car outside and put out the fire. Maybe just opens the door. You know, just the hatch comes off and take the sender out and call it good. I guess we'll see, right? But it'll be a little bit different tomorrow because I'm going to have the mic set up way out of the way just because the Dremel is going to be very loud. And I don't want to blow you guys out on that stuff. Plus, I got to finish drawing out my cuts, where my cuts are going to go. So, yeah, we'll try and get that one done during daylight tomorrow. If you guys miss it because of work or doing other stuff or whatever, you can come back and watch it in the evening. But we got to get that fuel door cut and get that sending unit out of there and get it tested. So I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. I know it's super late, and we're heading into the weekend. We're getting very close to that. And also, I will be back in Ohio the 4th through the 14th. And so we'll be doing a ton of lives in the shop. We'll be doing a bunch of race car stuff, MR6 and Monza. So join us for that. Love to see you guys up there. If you have questions about those cars or whatever, definitely let me know. And what else we got? I think that's about it. Yeah. So I'll be back tomorrow to cut that lodge door, and then we'll move forward. And we'll get the PDC mounted. Now that we know that this unit works, we'll get the PDC mounted, all that wiring cleaned up, the wires tinned and, you know, screwed into place. They'll be super happy. And I think that's it. We don't have a ton of wiring left here in the trunk. So once the PDC is mounted, we can pretty much close the trunk. That'll be nice. So yeah, thanks everyone. And thanks to all the new subscribers. You guys are great. I saw a couple new folks signed up, which is awesome. I appreciate you guys. And definitely tell your friends if there's something you like, you know, that you're seeing here that you like, definitely tell your friends. And I appreciate it. I'm trying not to roll back into the car. That's what I'm trying to stop from happening. So yeah, don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. Fix their hair. What in the hell? Anyway, give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you tomorrow. All right. Have a great night. It's not going to catch on fire. No. We don't run that kind of operation here.